We about to get it popping, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode of the Foolish Show podcast. I am your host, F to the Ish, Foolish, representing reality music entertainment. Tonight, we're going to have another real discussion. You know, we like to talk about it. Let's talk about it. We talk about real life stuff. Tonight's topic, we're going to talk about what were some of your scariest moments since you've been alive and living. You might have went through things that terrified you. You could have came near death experiences. Death was right at your front door. But it wasn't your time. It could be a lot of things. What were some of your scariest moments? Because we all have it. So we're going to talk about it tonight. We live streaming on Facebook and YouTube right now. Give everybody a little time to check in. Then we're going to take off. Y'all don't be afraid to leave your comments in the live chat. Live chat is always open. Join the conversations. We're here to talk about it. We don't here to spread no gossip or start no drama. We're going to talk about real life stuff that hit home, that everybody can relate to. And we all can relate to being scared at one point. Something had you terrified. Whether you was in a bad accident or something tragic happened to you when you was little or a teenager or as an adult. You might have seen something that had you traumatized. And you will never forget it as long as you live. And it might have scared you. We all have some kind of fear. We all fear something. You might fear losing your parents. You might fear losing your kid. You might fear dying. And a lot of times we be afraid because you have no control of the situation. Sometimes the situation is out of our hands. And then we live with the consequences because there's nothing else we can do. Life is not going to stop. The world ain't going to stop spinning until we're not here no more. As long as you're living, life keeps going. As long as you're living, it will never stop. But we're going to get into it tonight, y'all. Tonight's topic, we're talking about what were some of your scariest moments. We all were scared at one point in our life. Karen checking in. Give everybody a little time to check in, man. Let everybody know we live right now. Y'all share this. Let everybody know we live right now. It's that reality talk. We come on here and talk that real life stuff. Tonight's topic, what were some of your scariest moments of your life? We all don't face them. You done been at one point where you'd have been afraid. Whether you came close to losing your life, somebody close to you, your kids, something happened at some point in our lives that we're afraid. You're scared. And we have no control of the situation. So that's what we're going to get into tonight, y'all. Y'all come on and check on in. We live streaming right now on Facebook and YouTube. What were some of y'all scariest moments? Many people might say it was near-death experiences. You came close to losing your life. You might have been in a tragic accident. Could have been a freak accident. But you're still here. And you was blessed to still be able to tell a story. But everybody has a story. Because everybody done been through something. Life ain't always peaches and cream. We're going to have different things that happen to our life that we have no control over. But all we can do is keep living. That's all we can do. Some things we really have no control over. And things are going to happen as long as we live. The more you live, the more things that are going to happen. The more you're going to see. The more pain you're going to feel. While we're here, we're going to go through some pain. I heard somebody say a long time ago that every good person you know done been through something. And that hit home for me, because that's true. If you think about all the good people that you know or heard stories of, they all experienced some kind of pain. You think it was all good for Martin Luther King and all of them? Think about everything they had to go through. Think about what Jesus Christ had to go through. Everybody gonna experience pain. You're gonna come a point in time in your life where you're gonna be afraid. You're gonna be scared of something. Something gonna have you shaken, maybe even traumatized for certain things that happen to your life, and you cannot never forget. It sticks with you and it goes with you the rest of your life. Some kind of traumatic experience that you'll never forget. What were some of your scariest moments while you was here, while you lived, whatever you experienced? It really had you on the edge, had you shaking, had you terrified. Because we all have to find strength and courage to face our fears. Ain't nothing wrong with being scared. That's a natural reaction. We all get scared at some point in life. We all afraid of something. You'll be surprised that some people are afraid of a roach or a lizard. Now think about how bigger we are than them. But them people still scared. Certain animals make people scared. Sonya says, yes, we do. So y'all jump in the chat. Let me know what was some of your scariest moments since you've been alive. Something that you went through that it really scared you, really had you shaking. You could have been close to losing your life or losing somebody that was close to you or something happening to your kids. Karen says, yes, your life changed at the blink of an eye. That's usually how it goes. Everything can be going good, and then before you know it, everything can be gone. You could be dead and gone, or you could be in the hospital, or you could be in a wheelchair within the blink of an eye. Haitian Beauty, I see you checking in. If y'all just checking in, I want y'all to jump in the live chat right now. Let us know, what were some of your scariest moments that you experienced? Everybody has a story. A lot of people probably think that they feel like they shouldn't be here right now for something they done been through, something they done experienced, or something that don't happen to somebody close to them or somebody they know. You don't know what nobody done seen or been through. You'll be amazed of what people done seen and been through, and they still going. That's why they tell you only the strong can survive. Because to survive in this world, you got to be strong. Because you're going to go through so much, especially so much pain. Are you going to be able to endure it? Can you handle it? We all have scary moments in our life. Life where you thinking to yourself like, man, Why this had to happen to me? Why me, God? Why my mama? Why my daddy? Why my best friend? Why my roommate? Sonia says, I was 8 months pregnant and I slipped and fell and his heartbeat stopped for a few hours. That was the scariest moment. Wow. Let me put that comment on the screen. That's a real one there. So I told you everybody has a story. You don't know what nobody done been through. You don't know what nobody done seen. Only you know what you done been through because you're the only one that's walking in them shoes. People can have an opinion, but they ain't never walk a mile in your shoes. So you got to understand that you got to keep living as long as you're here. And we have to try to endure the pain and control what we can control. Some things is out of our hands. We have no control over. Some things we have no control over that's going to happen in our life. Things going to happen unexpected. You can plan something out, but that don't mean it's going to always happen just like that. Everybody has a story. Some people could be a living witness in the testimony of what God done brought them through and what they done been through in their life. I want you to think about some of your scariest moments and what helped you overcome that. What gave you the strength to keep pushing and keep going and not give up? We all have been at some position, some point in our life, where we was afraid. Karen says, recent health scares with my heart was a turning point for me. I'm at the gym right now. Let me put that on the screen right now. See, I appreciate y'all sharing this, man, because y'all tuning in, and when you watch this, understand if you're going through something or you've been through something, you're not by yourself. A lot of people going through things. A lot of people suffer, but you won't never know it. They don't even show it. Sometimes they're so strong that they don't even talk about it. We just hold it in because we always think that we can always just push through. Sometimes you're afraid to tell somebody. You don't want to tell nobody know your personal business. It's different reasons you may not want to open up to certain people. Hold on one second. Get this light. But it's different reasons that different people go through different things. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own path. But we all go through pain. That's something that we all going to experience. It's heartbreaks. Letdowns. Disappointments. Sonia says, I'm like that. I push through always. That's all we can do. And I appreciate y'all sharing y'all experiences in this live chat right now. My prayers go out to y'all. I wish y'all nothing but great health and a great life. So I appreciate y'all sharing it. Because we letting everybody know that you ain't by yourself. We all got something that we trying to face, some kind of fear. We all scared about something. You might be dealing with health problems. You might have got some bad news about your kids. You might have got some bad news about one of your parents. You might have got some bad news from your husband or your wife. Somebody you know might have gotten in a fatal accident. Grandma might not be doing good. You never know what different people are going through. We don't all go through the same things at the same time. But at some point in time, we're going to all deal with pain. Pain is going to come. How you deal with it will determine how the rest of your life will go. Because some people, it can traumatize and mess them up where they're not able to move on in life. They're not able to keep pushing. So it's all right to be afraid. We all scared of something. Some people are scared of snakes, dogs, raccoons, you name it. We all got some kind of fear. And you can be the biggest person in the world. You can find a man with the biggest muscles in the world, and he be screaming when he see a mouse or a rat. We all got some kind of fear. You're afraid of something. And we done went and had scary moments in our life. Something that you will never forget. It always stay in the back of your mind. But all we can do is keep living. All you can do is keep pushing and living until your time is up. Until it's your time to go, what else can we do? You can either sit and dwell on it, and life gonna continue. Life don't stop for none of us. Think about it. So all we can do is keep living and take it one day at a time. And maybe certain things, it's a message. You don't know what God is trying to tell you, but maybe he's trying to tell you something. Look deep into yourself. When things happen, it makes you sit and evaluate yourself and evaluate your life. Because if our time ends right now, where does that leave us? Did we get caught with our pants down? So being afraid, we all go through it. Everybody's scared of something. A lot of people are afraid of death because we don't know how it's going to go because we ain't been there yet. But that's something that's still going to happen. One way or another. We can't run from it. But while we're here, we can enjoy life. We can enjoy each other. While you're here, it makes you appreciate life more. When you've been through a scary moment and it brought you back down to reality, it makes you see that all that stuff that I was worried about really wasn't that important. And I thank God that I'm still here. You start to learn to appreciate the little things. The little things you have in your life will mean a lot more to you when you go through stuff. Then you will not take life for granted and understand that nothing is guaranteed. We all have been afraid of something. What is your scariest moments? Something you'll never forget. Something you might have seen or even heard. Something happened close to you. One of your family members. Could have been yourself. Could have been one of your kids. One of your relatives. Could have been a friend of the family. Something happened that had you scared. And we had no control of the situation. What is your biggest fear? Where are you at right now in your life? Where do you stand? It makes you do some self-evaluations when you go through stuff. You start thinking about the little things. You start realizing I'm not getting any older. Younger. I'm getting older. I don't feel the same way I used to. I can't do all the things I used to. You feel like your life is changing right before your eyes. Which is all a part of life. But that's going to happen. Life will never stay the same. Life will always change. One year to another. You might be with a person this year. You might not be dating them next year. You might not be married to them next year. You might have been hanging with somebody, and God forbid you might not be hanging with them next year. You might not be here next year. Nothing is guaranteed. So it makes you value life, appreciate it more. Understand that any given time, we could be gone. At a split second, you cannot be walking on this earth no more. And we don't see and experience a lot of scary moments where everything might have flashed before your eyes or ran through your head. You start thinking about all type of stuff. You start thinking about your kids. You start thinking about your parents. It makes you think about life. Song says, amen. It makes you think about life more. When you done went through something and you done experienced something and something had you so scared, it made you afraid. And that fear made you look at life in a whole nother way. It made you appreciate living and breathing. It made you appreciate being able to hug and kiss your family and your kids. It made you appreciate being alive. Because tomorrow ain't guaranteed to none of us. The next hour ain't guaranteed to none of us. So we have to value and maximize the time we have on this earth. And we got to use it in a positive energy. Life is too short for nonsense. Life is too short for beefing, fighting, killing. It's already going to be over before you know it. When you go through things in life and stuff really hits home, when it really hits home, hits you in the heart. I promise you, you won't look at life the same. You will look at life in a whole nother way. You will start valuing the little things that you have around you. You start thinking about, what if this ain't here? What if I ain't here? A lot of what ifs start running through our brain. When you're back against the wall and you got no control over the situation and you're scared. So when you're scared, now you're vulnerable. We can't stick our chest out in that situation. It makes you vulnerable. It brings life back to reality in our eyes. It makes you think about how the little small things that we was worried about really don't matter. It makes you value the real things that really matters. You appreciate the ones around you more. You appreciate everything around you more. when you done been through something, when you done experienced some kind of pain, when you done been scared and living in fear, that fear humbles you. It brings you back down. Makes you think about what life is really about. So tonight's topic, if y'all just tuning in, we live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Tonight's topic, what were some of your scariest moments? Since you've been alive, what were some of the scariest things that you've experienced, or been through, or even seen? We all done been through something. As you see a few people share their moments in the chat, we all done been through something. You might have almost lost a child. You got some mothers that almost lost their life giving birth. You got people that was inches away from a bullet shooting them in the head. You got people that heart don't stop and somebody revived them and God brought them back to life. Everybody got a story. Because we all done been through something. Nobody don't know your pain because they're not in your body. Nobody can't walk in your shoes because they're not in your body. You can't live your life. They don't know what you done seen. They don't know what you done been through. Sometimes people don't talk about everything that they're going through. They don't want nobody to judge them. They don't want people in their business. So everybody ain't comfortable and let you know that something might be eating them up inside. They might have got some bad news from the doctor. They might have got some bad news about one of their loved ones. They might have got some bad news. Situations like that will have you scared. It completely brings you down to earth. It makes you value the little things. Makes you appreciate waking up every day, don't you? You appreciate being able to walk around and talk. Hang around your loved ones. Socialize. You have a new aspect on life once you done been through something. And everybody done been through something. Everybody has a story to tell. And it ain't all good. Everything that happened in our life is not going to be good moments. It's going to be some bad in them. But they always say what don't kill you will make you strong. It's supposed to make you tough. But you got to be tough to endure a lot of pain. Because some people have more pain than others. You might have had more things happen in your life than that happened in mine. We all have our own lane. We don't live the same life. Everybody got their own lives. Only you know your pain. Only you know what you done been through. Nobody else really knows everything you done been through in your life but you and God. They can guess, they can assume, they can go by what you told them, but nobody really knows. Only you do. And we all have been afraid. We don't have some scary moments that it probably made you cry. You broke down, fell on the ground, screaming in tears. You felt the pain in your chest. Feel like you couldn't breathe. We all done had those moments. We all done experienced pain while we living. but it makes you appreciate. It makes you value small things. We worry ourselves with little things that really don't matter. We forget how blessed we is to have the little things. Just being able to walk and talk. We so used to doing it that we take it for granted. Because we're so used to it. We think that it's guaranteed. One day, folks, we won't get up. We're not going to wake up one day. Got to maximize your life and maximize the time you have on this earth. Wi-Fi was tripping, folks, but we back. We were talking about what's some of your scariest moments since you've been on this earth. What had you terrified? What had you on the edge? What had you afraid? And you felt like it was nothing you can do about it. It was out of your hands. We all done been there. You could be dealing with it right now. Could be afraid for your life. We could have got some bad news from the doctor. Fear is a part of life. So we all get afraid. We all get scared. That's a natural emotion. You got to take the good with bad. But what are some of your scariest moments? Everybody has a story to tell because everybody done experienced things, whether you were younger or older. As long as you live, things gonna continue to happen. It don't stop. Life doesn't stop. As long as we live, we're gonna continue to experience different things. How do we handle it? Are we able to take it? When the pain starts stacking up, do it become unbearable? What happens when our backs are pressed against the wall? When your faith is tested? What were some of your scariest moments? You might never, ever forget. Something might have happened to you that will stay in your mind forever. You will never get over it. It would always be there. You might have seen something happen as a child that you still think about as an adult. You might have lost somebody that you will never get over. We all don't deal with some kind of pain that had us scared. You was afraid. And that's natural. That's a natural human emotion to have fear. And we have to learn to face our fears to overcome our fears. If we never face them, then your fears will overcome you. You got to be strong enough to endure the pain. Because after the rain comes the sunshine. A pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But you might have to go through the thunderstorm. It might be some lightning. It might be some wind. It might even hail. But you got to be strong enough to go through the pain. We all had scary times in our life. Scary moments, scary things that didn't happen. And maybe they didn't happen to you. It might have happened to somebody that was close to you. It might have happened to one of your loved ones or one of your children. Could be grandma them. Could be somebody you knew at work. Nobody knows what you done seen, what you done been through. Nobody knows your story. Nobody knows your testimony. Nobody has walked in your shoes. They don't know how many tears you might have cried. They don't know how many times you might have got on your knees and cried out to God. Sonia says, yes, my sister left me a beautiful niece. May God bless her soul. But there's certain things that we always have in our mind that we didn't experience or been through. And there might have been some traumatizing things. And there might have been some scary things. But we got to be strong enough to make it. You got to be strong enough to endure the pain and let the rain go by so the sun can shine again. But it's all about having faith. You got to believe in God and believe in your heart that things will get better. Speak it into your life. Understand that God has a purpose for you and you was put here for a reason. God has allowed you to be somebody's mother or father, a friend, a brother or sister, which we all still brothers and sisters at the end of the day. But when you go through things and make you look at life different, make you appreciate things more, make you appreciate the little stuff, because you'll miss the little things when it's gone. You'll miss them little phone calls that you used to get from a certain person, but you don't really start missing it till they ain't here no more. You start missing the little stuff when it's gone. We all have fears. We all afraid of something. I don't care if it's a rat, a mouse, a lizard. You might fear heights. You might be afraid to get on boats. You might be afraid of airplanes and flying. We all have fears. And you get scared. You can be terrified. Your heart be beating fast and you be sweating bullets. Something you might have been through. Something that you experienced. It could have been a near-death experience that you thank God you're still here and you could have been gone. You could have been in your grave, but for some reason, you feel like I'm still here. It means your purpose is not done yet. You still have more to do. So while you're living, take advantage of it and live life to the fullest. But not take the small things for granted. Appreciate everybody that you have around you, that's close to you, and love on them till you can't love on them no more. Until you take your last breath. Until they take their last breath. Love on them. Because we don't miss certain people or certain things until they're gone. We don't evaluate things until you don't have it no more. Sometimes it don't be meaningful to you until it's not there. Then you miss it. Then you long for it. Your heart mourns for it. But we all have fears. And we all have been afraid. We done been in moments when we was real scared and we didn't know what was going to happen. And the outcome could have ended up good or bad. Sometimes we have no control over the situation. All we can do is pray about it and put it in God's hand. That's all we can do. Some situations you have no control over as a human being. You cannot create no miracles on your own. See, there lies where our faith is tested. How much do you believe? How much do you believe in God that He's going to make everything better? Do y'all realize that it's a test from the power up above to see how strong you are and how much do you believe? Because when you're down and in pain, you show your vulnerability. Now you're vulnerable. Now the egg comes out the shell. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? It's all right to be afraid. It's all right to be scared. That's a natural reaction. It's natural. When you're going through stuff and you don't see something that terrifies you, you're going to be afraid. You can try to play tough. You can try to play macho, act like it don't bother you, but inside you, you're crying. You're breaking down. You're afraid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a part of a human emotion. You're going to be scared. You're going to be happy. You're going to be excited. It's different emotions. When you go through the emojis, you'll see how the different emojis have different expressions. Life comes with a lot of different emotions. You're going to have ups where you're going to feel good. You're going to like, boy, I love living. I love my life. Then you're going to have downs. When you wake up sad. When you wake up feeling alone. When you wake up with a heavy heart. When things might not be going your way in your life. You might be getting bad news after bad news after bad news. The bad will always come with the good. We cannot let the bad outweigh the good. Don't dwell on the negative. Appreciate the positive. Appreciate life if you're still here. Appreciate that you're able to still breathe, walk around, talk to people. Able to still eat on your own and not through a tube. You're breathing on your own and not with a machine. It makes you think and look at life a whole different way when you've been scared and you done been through something. When you done been through something, it hits home. It makes you think about, what if something happened to me or somebody close to me? It makes you think, am I going to make it the next year? It makes you look at life in a whole nother way, in a whole nother angle. When you go through stuff. So tonight's topic, what is your scariest moments in your life? How did it change you? Did it make you better or did it make you worse? Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody done been through something that made them feel some kind of pain and you were scared. You couldn't control the situation and that made it even scarier. Nobody knows what you done been through. How much pain you feel. How many things you done seen. How many times you had to climb your way up from falling down or being knocked down. Nobody knows if your health is failing you. Nobody knows the trouble you done been through. Your life history. All the stuff that you've seen, even growing up. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody done been through something. Nobody's life has been squeaky clean where you never had nothing bad happen. It's impossible. Some people didn't even know their mother or their father. They had no idea who they is. Never met them, never seen them, because they passed away while they was just a baby or maybe getting brought into this earth. Yet and still, we can have people, you can have your parents and everybody here, and you won't even check on them. You won't even say hi. We got to learn to appreciate what you have in front of you. You don't appreciate it till it gets taken away and it's gone. You know the old saying, you don't appreciate a good thing till it's gone? Even in your love life. You might have had somebody good and you just felt like they ain't going nowhere. They're going to always be here. And all of a sudden, they left you. You see what they say now about you don't appreciate a good thing until it's gone. Now you sitting back thinking, boy, when I was with such and such, I ain't had to worry about this. I was never hungry. They treated me good. You don't miss them until they're gone. You don't miss good things in your life until God removes it. Then you start missing it. You start thinking about it. Now it hits you in the heart. So God does certain things to get our attention. Now what you got to ask yourself, are you going to listen or not? If you try to get your attention, it's up to you to pay attention. Because we all got our own lives, our own fate. Your fate is not my fate. Your fate is in your own hands. My fate is in my hands. Your life is how you live it. Are you comfortable with the life you live in? Would you be comfortable with your life, how you living, if you know you're going to lose? What if somebody told you the exact time and date that you was going to leave here? How many of us would be terrified and scared? We would probably panic. Think about what I'm saying. And then wrong with being afraid, because all of us have been through things in life where we were scared. You were very afraid of the outcome. You might not show it on the outside, but you was feeling it on the inside. It was hurting you and it was hitting you right in your heart. Right in your chest. Everybody has a story. Everybody fears something. How do we overcome our fears? How you look your fear in the eye and overcome it? By keep living, never giving up. You don't surrender to that fear. You keep pushing. That's all we can do. Never be afraid to live your life. You don't have to live it for other people or what somebody else wants you to do or what they think you should be doing. You are accountable for your own soul. Live for yourself. Make your own decisions. Don't worry about what your neighbor them got. Don't worry about what the people at the job doing. What you got going on in your life. That's the most important thing. We all don't live through situations, through tragic moments that most of us will never forget as long as you live. You were scared. You was afraid. You had fear in your heart. But it probably made you appreciate life more. And it probably got you closer to God. You got to look at the life lessons that come through what we go through. It's a lesson. If you just sit and you think, why am I going through this? And reflect back on different parts of your life. And you will start to connect the dots. You start figuring out the puzzle. Live today like it's not a tomorrow. Live today like it's your last. Maximize how many days, how many hours you have living on this earth. Maximize it to the fullest. Enjoy the things and the people and the ones that's close and in front of you and around you. We don't appreciate it until it gets taken away. You don't value it until you lose it. Until you don't have it no more. Then you look at life in a different way. Then it hits home. It hits you straight in the heart. And now you hurt. That pain is humbling you. Making you see that you're human. And you're going to go through pain. You're going to go through hurt. It shows that you are human. But we can overcome our biggest fears by keep living, keep pushing, and keep our faith in God. We can get through anything. Did the Bible not tell us that God won't put nothing on us that you can't bear? So whatever He's putting on you, He know that you can handle it. It's something about you, your characteristics of how you built. God knows you can handle it. It ain't too much for you. You have to understand that. You have to come to that conclusion. Or you let your fear overcome you. Your fear can take you over. You don't want to live the rest of your life and all your life in fear. You want to be happy. But we're going to wrap up tonight's podcast, folks. We had another great positive podcast because that's what it's all about. Spreading positivity and talk about real life situations. This ain't no gossip rumor. Tonight's topic we dealt with and we talked about what were some of your scariest moments, because we all had moments in our life that we was afraid. You might have been through something tragic or something happened tragic to somebody around you that was close to you, and it forever changed your life. So we all have been through it. Understand that you're not by yourself, and we all afraid of something. We all were scared for some reason. But we can't let that fear overcome and take over your life. Understand that you are here for a reason. And if you're still breathing, it's for a reason. But we're wrapping this podcast up, folks. Make sure y'all grab the official Reality Music Entertainment merchandise. Let me put it on the screen. Right there on the bottom of the screen. Scan that barcode with your phone. It will take you straight to our store. We got brand new apparel, brand new merch. The official the Foolish Show podcast t-shirt. You get you a hoodie, beanie, snapback, joggers, swim shorts, workout gear. You name it, we got it. Scan that code on the bottom of your screen. Place your orders right now. We got 30% off right now. So y'all take advantage, man. We got all new apparel. I got brand new merch from all the magazines. Shout out to everybody that's been showing me love. Shout out to The Source and all the rest of the media outlets that's been showing your boy love, man. I appreciate it. I stay forever grateful, but I stay humble because we all on the mission together, folks. And we're going to always keep spreading positivity and love as long as we're here. So our blessings can keep coming. You know, you do positive things, you do good things. What you put in the universe, it comes back to you. So you put out all that negativity, you're going to have nothing negative in your life. So I always try to spread love and positivity because that's what I want surrounding. But y'all make sure y'all grab something, man. Take a picture. Scan that barcode on the bottom half of your screen and place your orders. Grab you some official reality music merchandise. I'm rocking one of the t-shirts right now. Fear God with reality music in the back. If you want one of these t-shirts, man, go to that barcode and it will take you right to our store. Y'all stay safe. Get ready for another positive weekend. Enjoy life. Remember, maximize your life